Hey guys, I'm Sharp and we're back. Sorry that took a while. School's been a nightmare for me. Uh, Senior year's a rough one for sure. But here we are, we're looking at coming in for the next episode of getting every armor in Grounded. So today we're going to be working on some of the tier 2 armors, because I think last episode we worked and we made all the tier 1s. So today we'll be working towards the tier 2 armors. And I think the first armor we gotta make up, because we already have the Black Ant armor. I already made that one, because I was curious as to what it did. And then I found out the Fire Ant armor is actually just crazy. The Bubble Helmet and the Marksman Cap were stuff we already made, as they are not part of a set, so we made them separate. So our first set is going to be the Koi Scale armor. So looks like we're going to be needing Koi Fish Scale, Eelgran, Lily Head Wax, Silk Rope. We'll probably be needing some bones for, yep, Sunken Bones. And then, yeah, okay. So this one's going to be a pond set that we'll need, so let's head back over to my original main base. Ooh, food. Alright, let's head back over to the original base then, shall we? So our... Oh yeah, there's my underwater set. I literally looked at it earlier. I'm gonna throw these back on. And we made it to the pond.
Armor protection, engage!
We swap up a couple of my mutations. And we're here for... what was it? Right. Our goal is we gotta make... so we're gonna need koi fish scales, eelgrand, and lily pad wax. So we can probably start off with the lily pad wax. Let's double check how much we need. This will also be, starting now, we're also going to do a guide of how to get these resources, because I have all of this stuff already. We're just going to guide you through how to get everything. So 2 lily pad wax. 5 lily pad wax. 7. Okay, so we need 7 lily pad wax total. That is a... So lily pad wax will spawn underneath the giant lily pads. Now, starting out, it might be a little tricky to gather a lot of this stuff at once, because it does require you to be under the water. But this is how you gather lily pad wax. And it doesn't matter whether it has a flower on top or not. All of the lily pads can generate lily pad wax, so don't worry about if it has a flower. And that is all 7 lily pad wax that we'll be needing. So, next up is the eelgrass. So we'll need 2 for the leggings. 5 total. And then 7. Okay, so also 7. And eelgrass is similar to lily pads. However, unlike lily pad wax, you can't just come up and grab it. You need a dagger. I have a widow dagger here, so I'm a bit over-prepared. You just need a tier 1, so you can make a pebblet dagger. There's 3. And that is, 18. That was quite a jump, actually. But we've got our eelgrass. And then, let's see what's next up. Silk rope is not necessary, so we'll go for the koi fish scales. We'll need 2. Where is it? So 7 total. And then 8. No, 10. We need 10. Alright. And then we'll also get the sunken bones, of which we'll only need 5. So 10 koi fish scales, 5 sunken bones. So Now you must be thinking, if you've played Grounded, you probably know, oh, there is a koi fish that swims around in the pond. It's probably somewhere over there for me. But there is a koi fish that does swim around the pond. Now, as much as you want to, do not go up and hit it, as it will just instantly kill you, because you can't actually damage it. To get koi fish scales and sunken bones, you have to head down into this crevice right here, which is an entrance to the lower pond. You'll see a T-Rex. There is a back entrance way over there, but this is the entrance that puts you close to all the goodies. So I'm going to pull out my torch here. As you can see, look at that. Sunken bone, muddy scale. Now it's called a muddy scale, but it is just a koi fish scale. See? Oh, and I got 2 of them even. That's pretty cool. And then sunken bones. So this is where you're going to gather stuff like your koi fish scales and your sunken bones. That'll be all down here. You have to search the seabed for it. And look, here's some more sunken bones. Now my question is, what the hell are the sunken bones from? Now we know the koi fish in Tully's yard is pretty aggressive. But that leaves the question, did he eat the other koi fish or something? Like, was there more than one koi fish? Which is an interesting thing to think about. Now, of course, we got some more muddy scales over here. We were working on 4 of those. I don't know if you'll be able to get all 10 within one excavation. I'm getting lucky with some doubles here. But I think when you're first starting out, you might actually have to come down here more than once. I'm going to actually get some oxygen real quick, since I do need to breathe. Alright, and then we'll go through here, look up. Look, good thing we doubled back. There's a muddy scale here that I would have skipped over completely. And then something like this. This is the sunken chest. You need to get a mossy key for it, if you guys want. I will do a little guide for the mossy key as well. We don't. We have all of the sunken bones we need, but I like having extra. So I would recommend heavily harvest up extra materials. It's a good idea to have spares. Okay, we're gonna need one more koi fish scale, and then we're actually good to go. And I think I see a koi fish scale right there, so we're actually, yeah, we're gonna have enough to make this just ourselves, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's gonna be really nice. So, and like I said, I like having extra, so I'm gonna run around and harvest a bunch of stuff anyway. Oh, a little speeder after me. Oh. Oh, very scary. I think he just tried biting at me, actually. I'll show this little. Oh, and then yeah, we can kill the diving bell spiders to get your web fibers, because you do need silk rope. Now I'm gonna continue to harvest up a couple of materials, and we'll come back once I've got everything. Hey guys, so we're back. I did the finish up harvesting. We got 14 sunken bones, 18 koi fish scales, 16 eelgrass total. I used up a sunken bone and some eelgrass to repair my bubble helmet because it was running low. And we've got 5 strong fibers and the 7 lily pad wax we needed. So we've got the web fibers, and I think probably, did I leave some running over here at one of my alternative bases? I think I probably left. Did I? Yes, I do have some spinning wheels. I'm gonna put the crude rope wherever goes over in this other base. Goes in there, so we'll put it in there. 4, 5. We'll just take 3 web fibers because we we only need the 3 anyway. And then we can actually, since I've got a crafting table here, we can make it here. So that is your koi scale greaves. Now this armor, each piece is a perfect block. We'll get into what the armor actually does once we actually craft it here. We've got koi scale helmet, and then finally the big one. We've got ourselves the koi scale chestplate. And as you can see, I've actually never crafted this armor in the top right, so I'm getting a U discovered because, well, I've never made this armor piece, or this armor set. Now, here, I'll put it on the armor so you guys can see what the bonuses are. As you can see, each piece gives perfect block, which extends the perfect block timing window. So if you really want to go for a lot of parrying, koi scale is actually really good for that. At least one piece of it, because remember, this is a piece bonus, not the set bonus. So if you want to work for, parries, definitely wear koi scale, as it's also light armor. So it looks like it should be at least medium since it's made out of fish scale, but like look at this, like you have scales all over it, but it's light armor. So and then your set bonus is Dazzling Riposte, which extends the perfect enemies you perfect block are filled with self-doubt, which basically means that I think when you perfect block something, you're going to decrease its damage. So let's say you're fighting something like Black Widow for whatever reason. I don't know, actually no, let's not use a Black Widow as an example. Let's just use like a basic larva. Let's say you're fighting a larva and you parry it, it's going to start doing less and less damage. I don't know why I actually had to specify a creature if that's going to be the same case for everyone. But yeah, if you... What threat is detected? Oh. Yeah, okay, well. So yeah, koi scale is good for if you want to go for a parry heavy build. That's what koi scale is useful for. So we'll go put this bad boy in the armory, and I'll be back momentarily. So guys, it looks like we won't be putting anything away yet. We're going to be doing a field test actually for the armor set, since a Black Ox Beetle decided to attack me while we're down. Oh! So guys, what I'm looking at is the perfect block does not decrease damage, it decreases defense, actually. So it means you'll be doing more damage for taking no damage. So that's pretty useful, as that allowed me to tear through this guy really easily. Oh shit, summon, ooh, okay, hold up, that's a summon boost. We'll keep that around. So, yeah. Turns out Dazzling Riposte decreases the defense, so ignore what I said previously. But we're gonna get this over to the stuff, and we'll be back. Alright, we are back at the armory, and then let's just get this bad boy set up. So we'll go with, set up the koi fish scale armor here. And that is gonna do it. That'll do it for the episode. So, you guys should know how to get yourself your own set of koi scale if you want. And again, remember the set bonus is Dazzling Riposte, which means that when you perfect block, your enemy gets defense down, as well as your perfect block window being much, much larger. So I do hope you guys enjoyed and found this at least a little useful, because next episode should be coming out hopefully within the next month. I'm not sure, because my schedule can be a mess. But also feel free to pop over and check me out on Twitch, since we do stream often there 3 times a week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, if you can work it into your schedule. But that'll do it for the episode, and I hope you guys have a good one, so peace out.